So, hello everyone. I'm Vasilis Kyritsis. I was born in Athens. I was raised in Athens, and I am co-owner of Line Athens, the Clumsies, and recently a bar called Walk-In. I'm also part of Schweppes from last year, and this year I'm more than happy to be part of the Pioneers group, along with such talented persons like Millie next to me, Simone Caporale, and Iain McPherson. McPherson.
Iain McPherson. Leave it in.
People like Iain.
Yes, very Iain.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Millie Tang. I am a bartender and a creative from Brisbane, Australia. Recently moved to Paris and now work at Devi, which is a sustainability focused venue.
Why don't you tell us a bit about the Schweppes Pioneers program? What's it all about?
Yeah, I mean, it started from last year, more like a European, more in European part, and I think this year is going to be global. So what we try to do is to bring some ideas, some of our experience on table. We try to work in some on a nice competition. We try to share some knowledge with through seminars. I think each pioneer has his or her own subject. For example, I do some stuff for the perception of color, and also another seminar for how dilution and basic techniques can affect a highball. And I think also the guys have other subjects like, I don't know how to say it properly. We're about to run the competition, the global competition of Schweppes. And I think we have to share more and more things. We're gonna have one platform that we're gonna highlight some nice projects and subjects. So stay with us and you will see.
What Vasilis said. Yes, so Schweppes Pioneers, a new advocacy platform. Very excited to be involved this year, especially the fact that I get to develop training modules and speak a lot about photography and creativity and to an extent social media, as well as highball garnishing.
I know you've been involved for a while, but what was your reaction when you were asked to be part of the Pioneers program?
Yeah, I mean, I was honored and happy, to be honest, because as I already said, it's very important to collaborate with some of the most talented and recognized people of our industry. So this gives big power to the team. And I think it's going to be amazing with the projects that they are coming. So yeah, I was happy, excited, and of course it's really, really challenging because you have to inspire as many bartenders as you can in a worldwide basis, which is very, very important and interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a huge responsibility to undertake. Obviously it's an amazing opportunity, but it's a massive responsibility as well, because you do have a lot of other bartenders, younger bartenders looking up to you and seeing what you do, so there's a lot of pressure, but at the same time, particularly for me, obviously when I first got asked, I thought it was a scam. I was like, what? You want me to, with who? What? Even though we're all relatively the same age, I think particularly because my career is always been in Brisbane. I've born and grown up and worked there my whole life. It's not particularly the centre of the bartending industry. It's not at the forefront of the industry, even though we have amazing bars and are known for amazing hospitality in Australia. Brisbane is, always going to be that 15 years behind Sydney and Melbourne, which have some of the best bars in the world. So it's a lot of pressure to try and bring something to the group that is going to match the value of what the others can bring, who are particularly well known on a global stage and have these really amazing advanced bars as well as concepts and experience. But I'm also very excited to be able to bring something that's nothing to do with drinks to the advocacy program, and I'm excited that everybody else gets to share something like that as well that's not really to do with the drinks. I think it's very important for bartenders to be varied across what they do, not just in their work but in life, because otherwise you have the same people doing the same things, leads to the same trends, the same innovation, the same everything. So variety and diversity is important.
Being a fellow Aussie, I know what it's like. You come from a place that probably people don't really recognise. So how does it feel to be representing Brisbane, and is it important to you that you can show people that you don't need to have come up in one of the big cities in order to make it on the international stage?
Yes, it is very, very important to me, having come from somewhere like Brisbane. Not that it is a backwater, it's still a major city in Australia, but I am very proud of the fact that I was able to develop my career and advance to the position I've advanced to from Brisbane. I only moved to Paris about 6 months ago. So I'm very proud, and I'm also very proud when I am able to get into contact or meet other people around Australia who come from smaller towns, because even Australia in itself as an industry is very far away from the world. It's so far. People do not have the opportunity to go out there. So it is quite hard for the bars that aren't as well known to gain any recognition or experience. For example, in Brisbane, just on the technique side, we don't have any venues that use anything advanced. There's no rotor vaps, there's nothing beyond sous vides really. And the opportunity to learn within Brisbane is it's quite low. So you really do have to go to a major city or overseas to advance there. But I'm very proud of that fact, and I'm proud that I have been able to show the rest of Australia that it can be done. Obviously my circumstances were very individual. They were very specific, but yeah, I think it's a great thing to be able to show people that there's opportunity everywhere.
So we're just going to now ask you some individual questions, and we're going to start with you, Millie. So you bring a strong creative and visual lens to bartending. How do you see photography and drink styling evolving in the years ahead?
I think, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, we'll have to see. AI will be a huge component of this, for good or for bad. I think that, and it's hard to make the argument against it in a similar way, maybe controversially, that it's hard to make the argument against affordable or fast fashion. There is a certain group or class of people in the world that cannot afford to have photographers or to have a creative team for their bars. AI fills a very specific niche and is a very specific tool for this, especially with how it is advancing over time. So a lot of people are probably reasoning right now, why do I need to pay for a photographer when I can just use AI to generate images of our drinks or conceptually our menus, etc. And I understand that, just like how you have a lot of people who can't afford to buy designer or sustainable clothing, which is why they might reach for all of our fast fashion brands. And then obviously you have the argument against it, where you need to be investing more into quality work, particularly with a human touch, because that's something that will be lost as technology is advancing, and then you'll lose that connection with people as well. So it's quite difficult, but I think that AI will have a lot to do with it, for better or for worse.
Highball garnishes are often underrated. How do you plan to shift that perception through your educational modules?
I think that with garnishes, particularly when you're looking to garnish a specific glassware or a specific style of drink, you do have a very limited lens to work with. But when you have a limited lens to work through, that also breeds a different level of creativity than when you have free reign to do whatever you want. So there's a lot of opportunities within that to think about how you can use the outside of the glass. Obviously, we have amazing bars that are leading the way and amazing bartenders that are leading the way with how you can creatively present drinks. And because of social media, we all have access to these inspirations. So how you're using the outside of the glass, but not even that, just the overarching concepts of making sure that you are thinking about garnishing sustainably as well, or even if your drinks even need a garnish, to be honest.
You've worked on creative campaigns around the world. How will that global experience influence your approach to this initiative?
Hopefully to do more creative experience around the world, to be honest. That is, the opportunities that I've had creatively through the industry have definitely been one of the biggest highlights of my career, and something that I am looking forward to doing more of as the years come by. So I also think it's just something else that we can show bartenders that can they can draw inspiration from, as well as something else that they can pursue alongside, and show them that having interest in other aspects rather than their drinks can make their concepts and their future bars and their drinks better as well.
Okay, now we've got some questions for you.
Nice.
Yes, can't wait.
Let's go.
Let's go.
What do you think bartenders overlook when they're aiming for the perfect highball?
Well, I mean, it's a long discussion, very good for, especially when you, I mean, even for bars or the competitions. I will say, when I'm judging, for example, sometimes competition, the biggest problem for me that bartenders don't look so much. They overlook for creating the best cordial or the most complex cordial, sometimes the most complicated cordial or syrup or ingredient. But when you make the perfect ingredient for you and you avoid looking at the temperature, the type of ice you're going to use, if your glass is chilled, this kind of stuff makes for me the perfect highball, especially the temperature. Sometimes I'm going to a bar and the bartender is always describe me like, I did this amazing salted umami, complex ingredient, and when I've tasted it's warm. Who wants to have a warm highball? No one. So make sure that you are going to overlook the type of ice, the type of glassware. All your ingredients have to be chilled, and then to create the perfect pairing on your ingredients. But mostly you need to overlook the type of ice, the glassware, and the temperature is one of the most important things to keep the carbonation there, to highlight all the ingredients, and at the same time for the regular to find all the elements of your cocktail. I think it's very important.
As more and more people are drinking less, how important is it for bartenders to include high quality, low ABV options on their menus?
I think you already answered the question because it's very, very important. I mean, it's one of the most important things because nowadays more and more bars, and I'm really happy for it, they're including low ABV drinks, as you mentioned before, as you said before. So it's very, very important to keep the quality on your materials because, for example, Schweppes have amazing beverages, amazing flavors, and this beverage is the one that is going to highlight a low ABV highball. So it's very important to keep the quality on the highest level you can and treat it on the highest level you can, the one we mentioned before, in order to succeed the perfect result for your regulars. Yeah, keep an eye on it. It's very, very important. Keep thinking about the quality on your products.
So with the hospitality industry under pressure due to the cost of living crisis, how important are initiatives like this in helping bartenders learn best practices?
Yeah, I mean, I'm coming from a country that we had crisis for many, many years. I live in Athens, so I think this kind of situation is happening all the time. Of course, people nowadays, they don't have the amount of money to spend, especially in bars. So they always select where they're going to drink and what they're going to drink. So this situation on a very opposite let's say situation, can make bartenders creative, because when you have less you need to think more, and when you think more you can create more stuff. Nowadays, of course, all the bars, not all the bars, but a lot of bars have a lot of tools to play, like labs, prep rooms, and this kind of stuff. But you don't have to forget that the most important prep room is here, is your brain. It's the one that creates the stuff, the drinks. Okay, Rotovap can be there to help you succeed some good flavors, but first you have to think all these combinations and all these layerings. And sometimes tough situations make you more creative for sure. That's what we also saw in our bars the last, I would say, 15 years. All this situation somehow became more creative because of the crisis, of the economic crisis, and all these, for example, sustainable programs, these also were born from crisis situations, because bartenders had to think more in order to be more creative for it.
So they say that in economic crisis and downturn, the most creative solutions come to the fore.
Exactly.
Great musicians, great artists.
It's one way to express yourself, when things are not going so well. That's the best way to express yourself, by being creative. So yeah, that's the good part, let's say.
It helps with our mental health as well.
Yeah.
I know that you're based in Athens and it's your home city, so how excited are you that the European final will be held in Athens?
Well, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. I can't wait. I'm more than happy that we're gonna host all the finalists to Athens. I hope they will enjoy it as we will enjoy it for sure. And we are about to prepare a nice competition for sure for the people. And the most importantly, we will try to create a nice community of bartenders that they will get connected also after the competition, which is very, very important. Yeah.
So these last questions are for both of you. The program will travel to events like London Cocktail Week, the Athens Bar Show, and possibly Sao Paulo and Cape Town.
Whoa.
What excites you most about these activations?
One of the best things, particularly about having a competition format, we both do world class judge? Have you judged world class before?
I'm not sure for me, but we'll see.
Yeah. So particularly, I've judged a few markets for world class, and I was able to judge the global final last year. And I think one of the best takeaways that you can actually get from the competition as a judge is getting a bead on what this generation of bartenders is doing, what they think we find value in as judges, what they think gives the best drink for a competition is. So depending on what markets you go to, and if you get to do different markets, or particularly the global final, it's really, really interesting judging everyone's different drinks, because you see where everyone is the same, you see where everyone is different, you see what the newer markets are doing, because world class encompasses like 50 countries, I think. So that's something that's very, very cool. So that's one thing that I'm very looking forward to. Also just going to like South America, because I've never been. And I'm super excited, and the food's amazing.
South America is amazing, Sao Paulo is amazing, Cape Town, never been to, I don't know how it is.
But I hear the bars are amazing out there. And even in some digital judging I've done for Hennessy and for Jameson, like all the videos that we've gotten from them, the ideas of their drinks sound amazing. So yeah, as a bartender, like obviously you just want to like nerd out about what other bars are doing, particularly if you're going somewhere that has very strong produce as well. So that would be another thing about going to Sao Paulo, is the produce there is so strong, the fruit is so amazing there. So yeah, we're excited. I think this advocacy program offers you opportunities to explore the world, meeting new people, old friends. That's the importance of our industry, exactly. And also being able to have a hand in shaping what the new generation will look forward to with bartending. Obviously it's changed so much, even just like the last 5 years, so it'll be nice to try, I guess, have a voice, and also trying to bring it back a little bit as well. Bring some realism back, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's like the three, I don't know, like obviously is Simone the oldest out of all of us?
Which one?
Simone, is he the oldest out of all of us?
Yeah.
I think Simone's the oldest.
I think so, I'm not sure.
But yeah,
maybe Ian.
Like,
no, I'm not sure.
Really young, but we've all started bartending around mid-2000s.
Yeah, I started, 2007 was my first time.
I started in 2010, so all same era-ish, but maybe except for Simone.
Yeah.
It's except for Simone, but yeah, so it's just interesting, because it really will be touching a whole new generation of people in hospitality.
Sounds like you might have some stuff to learn from them.
Exactly. I love it. The younger generation of the future, I'll steal all your ideas.
You need to go with the flow. I mean, if you're stuck in your generation and you don't see...
You're tainted. You're tainted by all of your experience. Tainted maybe not be the right word. I like to use it because it puts it into a perspective, but you are tainted by your experience. It really does narrow your lens so far down to what you know that sometimes it's hard to think broadly about what you don't.
What kind of legacy do you hope the Schweppes Pioneers platform will leave for the next generation of bartenders?
What I'm excited to bring is, I'm just excited to, bring a lens of diversity, representation, trying to instill some better values in bartenders, not just as bartenders but as people as well. I think bartenders really try and focus on the work and the drinks and the bars and what they can do in that sense, that they kind of lose themselves as people. They really try and put stock into what they do rather than who they are. So that would be definitely a message to put across as well.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
That's the point. I mean, since now the collaboration is amazing, they hear us, which is very important. They listen to what we have to say.
Yep.
We try to inspire as much as we can the new generation, as we said, through our seminars and knowledge and maybe drinks and this kind of stuff. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Show up. If you come and see us coming, please show up, because this is only as effective as how many people it reaches, and the more people it reaches, the better. And that is one thing that can be really exciting about working with a mixer company or a mixer brand rather than spirits, is that you don't have the same kind of limitations that spirits have. The whole world is open to you, like all markets are open to you, all people of all different backgrounds, of all different religions, race, colour, etc. are open to you, because mixers just occupy that space that is available to everyone that spirits are sometimes not. So I'm quite excited about that. Obviously I work for a venue that really champions and highlights sustainability and low ABV and no ABV as well. So that's something that I'm quite excited about.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, we're in a season that the timeline is perfect, because the rise of the highballs is everywhere.
Yeah.
We have one of the most, let's say, prestigious with big legacy products to work with, Schweppes.
Yeah, there's a lot of brand trust in Schweppes. I mean, I don't know anyone who doesn't have memories of Schweppes from
So
childhood.
it's a perfect timing. It's a perfect timing to create something that is going to be to have a legacy and be part of the new generation ahead.
Yeah, gives you freedom to talk as well. Spirits, there's a lot of rules and regulations that comes with communicating when you're working with spirits, which is fine. Like it has to be done, but with mixers you just have way more freedom.
Yeah.